What's going on, guys? The Air Raid Lord is here with a long intro. Not really, but I need to get an intro for the channel. Given the scary nature of the Whispers and the return of the show in a few weeks, maybe I'll work on that. I did have an intro for season 7 and 8 when Negan and the Saviors were the central villain, but ever since going into season 9, not really doing the reaction videos, only doing vlogs here and there, haven't really stayed consistent with that. But we'll see. With this topic today, I wanted to actually just briefly go through. I wanted to kind of hype up because it's only about a month, if not less than that, away from the second half of season 9. They've been promoting the Whispers like hell. There have been a bunch of trailers that I could have reviewed. They've been like 10-second snippets. Like it shows Alpha and Beta standing next to each other. I haven't really been, we already know what Alpha and Beta look like, all right? Here's Alpha and there's Beta, all right? Like for me to go through every 10-second clip, it just seemed redundant. We've seen screen footage of the villains for the Whisperers. I want to see him in the episode. They're not showing Alpha's face without the mask. They're not showing Beta's face without the mask, but he doesn't ever want his mask off. That's just part of his character. At least it was from the comics. So it didn't make sense for me to review every single little clip that was coming out about the second half of season 9. I'll do maybe like a general predictions video, like an updated predictions video as to what I think is going to happen. Maybe I'll do like an outline. Episodes 9 through 16, the rest of season 9, what do I think is what's the outcome going to be? That's probably what I'm going to unearth for you guys. Right now I want to do, this was heroichollywood.com. I noticed this article today, and I had discussed this a little bit when I was wondering why AMC's marketing was painting the episode 5 of season 9 as Rick's final episode. Like they were really driving this nail into the baseboard that Rick Grimes is truly gone. He's not coming back. This is your last opportunity to see him. They weren't holding back. This wasn't like what they did with the Lucille victim where they were hiding it. They wouldn't tell anybody. They were going through great lengths to cover it up. The trailer didn't show any character from that lineup to keep it as secret as possible. It was ridiculous. It's basically the exact opposite of what they've done with Rick. And I read this really brief article that states why AMC did it. And it says AMC's president of programming, David Madden, recently spoke to the New York Times about why the network spoiled Andrew Lincoln's character Rick Grimes' exit from the series. If you're unaware, AMC strongly advertised the last episodes of Rick Grimes during the last part of the 9th season. Basically, the network felt that fans ought to know when the emblematic character was leaving the show. Here's what Madden said. If you were a fan of the show, we wanted you to know this was your opportunity to see live his departure from the series. We wanted to honor that moment and then at the same time tell people what would come next. Andrew Lincoln seemed against this approach as he told the Times that he was sad fans didn't experience that moment in a surprising manner. The greatest regret I have is that people aren't experiencing this fresh. Rick Grimes, blah, 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 blah. All right, so that's basically it for this article. Really brief. I guess it's kind of a crappy PR answer, but basically all they're really saying here is that they wanted to bring great attention to it. So it was a significant moment in the series, and I think the other reason they did it is they were pairing it with the fact that Andrew Lincoln was going to be in 3 movies. So I think they didn't want fans to freak out and leave. However, they didn't advertise that is the only thing. When they were saying Rick Grimes' final episodes, they weren't saying Rick Grimes' final episode, and he's going to be in a few movies. No, they were saying Rick Grimes' final episodes, and, like, that's it. Like, that's the way they were advertising this for months ever since, like, what was it, June of 2018. Like, I went on here immediately and made a video about it, and for months, like, even when the season 9 trailer dropped, I was like, oh, this is cool, but at the same time, how am I going to get into this if Andrew Lincoln's gone? And then come to find out, he is still going to be in the series. His character he's still alive, but it's going to be in a new location with this helicopter group. But I mean, they didn't want to spoil how he survived. I get it, but at the same time, you led fans in a misdirection. Is my point, and it could the same thing they did with the freaking Lucille victims, but less sneaky, I suppose. They wanted to bring tribute to him because, yes, technically this is his last appearance in the TV show unless some sort of crossover between the movies and the show happens. I've already talked about this in a previous vlog when I was doing the aftermath on Andrew Lincoln, so you can go check that vlog out. But I do think that if I were AMC, I would have kept it secret. Now, of course, as we know, we have the mighty spoiling dead, the gatekeepers to The Walking Dead, people who don't work for the show, don't work for any of the actors, the directors, Greg Nicotero, Robert Kirkman, Scott Gimple. They don't work for any of these people, and yet they act like they do because I guess they have some random producer or something, some inside source who gets them scripts and information on the show, and then they leak it on their website, and then people from their website leak it on Facebook and Tumblr and whatever social media site, Reddit. I've seen people throwing lists up on Reddit. Again, the internet's the internet. Once it's out there, it's out there. There's no securing it on some private website that you have to log into. And I've said this before. I made an entire rant video about this group. All right, they banned. I don't know if you guys know. I've mentioned it a few times that the Spoiling Dead, they banned my IP. I don't even know how the hell they got. I don't know. I commented on something. I think it was back in season 6 where I disapproved of their actions. I think it was around the time they were trying to spoil the Lucille victim, and that was around the time AMC was trying to sue them. And I don't know why they didn't. I mean, it was that all I did. I think they threatened litigation. They didn't actually follow through. Probably because it was just something they didn't want to deal with. I mean, they're already dealing with, what's his name? Frank Darabont still suing them. And I don't know. I mean, they got bigger legal fish to fry. Some, Joe Schmo working a 9 to 5, fucking coming home and writing on a blog about the latest leaks from The Walking Dead. I think it's beneath them. And that's why they didn't pursue it. But at the same time, it's dumb because... So, that's the thing. Say The Walking Dead decides to keep, much like Carl's death. Let's say The Walking Dead decides not to tell their fans, all right, we're going to keep this secret. Oh, Rick Grimes, he's the star of season 9. Oh, he gets impaled. And everyone's like, what? Like, I thought Rick was the main character. What's going on? Blah, blah, blah. And it plays out the same way. He gets impaled, and then the next episode he has his hallucinations, blows up the bridge, Jada saves him, and then we have the announcement on the Talking Dead. And they should even say, like, stay tuned for Talking Dead on information on Rick Grimes. And then Chris Hardwick and Andrew Lincoln, they can all talk and say, yeah, but Rick's going to be in the movies. And then you can have the same thing. The same thing happen. If they did that, the Spoiling Dead would have leaked it. They would have said, oh, Andrew Lincoln... Here's what they would have said. Oh, Andrew Lincoln's not filming the rest of season 9. This is a major development. Something's up. Oh, my God, Andrew Lincoln's in London. Oh, my gosh, he's... I don't know, in fucking Portugal. Whatever the frick Andrew Lincoln is. He's not in Atlanta, Georgia filming the show, so therefore he's not on it. He's dead. He's gone. He's missing. He's captured by Al-Qaeda. Whatever happens to him, Spoiling Dead's going to know about it. And they knew Carl. They knew about Carl's fate. And the actor Chandler Riggs had to beg. He had to message them. Message these nobodies and say, can you please not spoil my death? Because I put a lot of time into it as an actor who cherishes his profession. I don't want my death being spoiled. And they're like, okay, we'll honor that request. Oh, this is the first time we've ever got. Yeah, of course it's the first time you've ever got a request like this, because actors don't have an obligation to say to you that they don't want their death spoiled. Like, you shouldn't be spoiling their death. Like, it's until the show goes live 9 p.m. Eastern on the Sunday. After that, it's fair game. But before that, keep it fucking private for people who want to watch it. And I have to think to some degree that's why The Walking Dead did it. I know there was the Collider article that spoiled this, that said Andrew Lincoln was leaving. They must have got it from similar sources, I have to imagine, or unless it was the Spoiling Dead leaking it and then Collider picked it up and they were a news source, so then everyone else picked it up. AMC responded to the leak, though. They weren't going to dig in their heels and say, we're not going to, zip and lock the key and throw it. They jumped. Like, people were talking about it, and it was like a dirty secret that got out. Like, Watergate or something that, like, people, you can't hide it. It's out in the open, so they had to speak about it. So they did the right thing and said, yes, this is happening. Andrew Lincoln has 5 episodes in season 9. Watch them, and then that's it. And, we'll keep everything else under wraps, and then we'll tell you. But it's just dumb that a secret... It's just, like, nothing's secret anymore. I guarantee you the scripts and the plot for Game of Thrones Season 8, which April 14th of this year... You could probably find the whole plot on Reddit or something. And the same was true for Season 7. I remember there was like a Reddit thing that was spoiled. The ending with the dragon melting the wall. Like, all of that. It spoiled the whole, like, all of that nonsense. And I don't know why people got to ruin it. Network executives and the showrunners got to do a better job at keeping... their show under wraps. They just do. Because us fans like to watch the stuff and not know about it and have their fans and other people, because then everyone says it. It's like nothing's secret on the internet. Once one person knows it, everyone knows it. So you got to catch up with the times and understand that, and also find people in your staff who are breaking their contracts and their jobs in leaking this to people, because clearly it's getting out and you're not doing anything about it. Somehow this video turned into a rant about people who... I always end up doing this because it is one of the things that frustrates me the most about dealing with information on this show, because here I am trying to make vlogs with you guys, trying to predict stuff like, what's going to happen with the Whisperers? What's going to happen with Henry, with Lydia, with Daryl, with Michonne? What's the mystery behind the X's on their backs? What's Judith going to do? Where is Negan going to go now that he broke out of prison? If I'm predicting this stuff and making vlogs to talk about potential plot lines in the show, and there's already answers out there from people who've spoiled it, like, it defeats the purpose of my vlogs. So they're kind of killing what I do by spoiling their information. So that's also why I feel I have to attack, because it's a threat on what I do. Like, I'm trying to speculate and offer conjecture and talk about the future of the show, because I love this show and I love interacting with you guys. But if there are people who already know everything and are spoiling it, it ruins it for everybody. And I've seen this with other YouTubers like Trev Chan 2, who I follow for The Walking Dead, one of my favorite Walking Dead YouTubers, some of my inspiration. I hope one day to do a collaboration, something Walking Dead related with him. I know he doesn't really do collaborations, but it would be cool to do one. But I've seen people in his comment sections, like, they spoiled the Morales thing. Like, Morales returning in Season 8, they spoiled that for him. So, before it happened. So, I just, don't you guys do that. Don't comment anything spoiling the rest of Season 9. I don't want to know anything about the Whisperers, who dies, the head pike scene with... I don't want to know any of that. Don't tell me who dies the rest of Season 9. I want to watch it and be surprised, because I really like what Angela Kang's doing with the show, and I think this is going to be a really fun second half. So don't spoil it, and let's go along for the ride. So, all right, guys. Thanks. I'll try to make more vlogs. I mean, I'm dead. I'm, like, locked into football season right now. As you probably noticed, I just uploaded, like, an AFC Championship prediction vlog for the Patriots. If they're in the Super Bowl, even more of my time is going to be dedicated to predicting that and the 2-week lead up. And so there's going to be a lot. So, football, by the time The Walking Dead comes back, football will be over. All right. So just for any of you who are like not enjoying my football vlogs since the fall when this 2018 season of football started, I apologize, but it's something I knew I wanted to try just because I mean, I'm a Patriots fan. I'm wearing a freaking sweatshirt. A lot of my friends are Patriot fans. I'm passionate about the team. I'm inspired by Brady's mentality of just being driven in his passion. And I like the team, and I like the players, and I followed them I've been a Patriots fan all my life, so I like talking about them. And I know for many people, they're the evil empire that keeps winning, but I like talking about them. So, all right. Anyway, thank you guys. Peace out.